Okay, we want to turn back now to our top story, the Trump administration's immigration raids from coast to coast. Tonight, we're speaking with one teenager impacted personally by the crackdown. Marcello Gomez Da Silva is 18 years old, attending high school in Massachusetts. He came to this country on a visitor's visa at just 7 years old, later getting a student visa. He was detained on May 31st on the way to volleyball. The agents, it turns out, were looking for his father, but took him in when they realized his visa had expired. His detainment triggering outrage in his community. His high school classmates, you see here, staging a walkout, and his teammates on the school's volleyball team playing a match in his honor. Then, after 5 days in detention, Da Silva granted bail by a judge and released these images capturing his emotional reunion with his family and friends. But tonight, his battle to stay in America, the place he says is his home, is not over. Joining us tonight exclusively on Top Story is Marcello Gomez Da Silva. Marcello, we thank you for joining us tonight. Do you have any idea if you're going to stay in the United States?
As of right now, I think I will. I mean, it's very likely. Me and my lawyers have been working on this. It's definitely a battle, but we have been taking steps on to do these type of things.
Has that sort of hit you yet? Has it, and I know you just got out, but has that sort of hit you that this may no longer be your home?
Yeah, it's definitely something I thought about there. I was always scared to go back, scared to be deported. It's definitely something I don't want to be, but yeah.
When you were arrested on May 31st, I know you were on your way to volleyball practice. Talk to me about what happened when those ICE agents approached you.
I just pulled into my friend's driveway to pick her up, and he automatically stopped right behind my car. He knocked on my window, and he said, "Get out of the car." And obviously, I was in shock. I didn't know what was going on. I got out. He asked me for my license. I gave it to him. About 15 minutes after, he came back and put me in handcuffs, and he said, "Do you know why you're under arrest?" I said, "No, I don't." And he said, "Because you're illegal, you're an immigrant." And he put me in the car.
What did they explain to you after that, and what was going through your head when he told you that?
I was in complete shock. I didn't cry. I wasn't angry or anything. I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't understand what I did wrong. But no, they didn't explain to me what was going on. They didn't tell me what was happening. I was clueless.
Were you even aware of your immigration status and that you may not be up to speed on everything that you needed to know?
No, it's not something that I really paid attention to because, like, I'm a high school student. I didn't think it was something very important. I thought I was pretty caught up on everything because I have, like, a school ID and things like that. I just thought that if I abided by the law, drove correctly and did right things, then I'd be just fine.
ICE has said that you were not the intended target. Your father was. In a statement, I want to put this up for our viewers here. The Department of Homeland Security called him a, quote, known public safety threat, writing in part on X about him. Local authorities notice ICE that this illegal alien has a habit of reckless driving at speeds in excess of 100 miles per hour through residential areas, endangering Massachusetts residents. What do you or your family say to that? Is that true about your father?
My family disagrees. I completely disagree. It is completely untrue. When they pulled me over, they never asked me about my father. They said nothing about my father. They didn't ask me about my family. They knew my name. They knew I was 18. They knew I was going to school. First of all, it's completely impossible to drive 100 miles an hour in a residential area. They could have at least thought a little bit harder to make up a lie. But my dad is the type that I tell him to drive a little faster because he drives so slow and respectfully. He's a really good guy. I love my dad. And I completely disagree with what they said.
Is your father now in hiding because of this?
Yeah, my dad has to stay home for the moment, but me and my lawyers are taking steps at that.
Do you feel that you are an American? If people were to ask you, are you American, what would you tell them?
I say that I was definitely raised in an American environment, but truly I am Brazilian. I was born there. That's my blood. But yeah, I definitely grew up in an American environment, and I would say I'm half. I'm both.
You're both. But you want to stay in America? Do you want to become an American citizen?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to become an American citizen. I want to stay in America for sure. Yeah, this is my community. I love this country.
I know you're a teenager, and I know you were probably thinking about a lot of other things besides this right now. But if people were to come to you and say, listen, at the end of the day, if they look at your paperwork, right, and you are undocumented, you overstayed your visa, you need to be deported, what would you say to those people?
That actually was said to me in the detention center. She didn't say I need to be deported, but she said I could possibly be deported because of it. And I looked at her and I told her, ma'am, I was 7 years old when that happened, when my visa expired. What could I possibly have done at that moment? And she looked at me and she herself got a little sad, and she understood, but she didn't really care.
All right, Marcello Da Silva, we thank you for coming on Top Story tonight and sharing your story. We will stay on top of it. We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.